Hello babes, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, leave a like, subscribe, and click that bell so you'll be notified the next time I upload a post. Anyways, if you've been keeping up with this shorts, then you already know what this is, and I'm very surprised and happy with how it turned out to be. So I was on Pinterest. Quick side note, if you don't use Pinterest already when you're making art, you should probably go make a Pinterest and start looking for references on there, because the references that I find on there, absolutely amazing. Anyways, back to the main story. I found this Pinterest post, and I immediately was like, I have to paint this. Like I saved the picture and all of that, and I was like, I have to paint this. But I did not want to paint what I was seeing, because I do that a lot, and I wanted to be a little bit more creative with this, just a tad bit more creative with this, especially too since the paint that I use dries matte. That way of painting with that type of paint, it would not have looked nice. So this is my second time making my paintings a little bit cartoon-ish. Anyways, the first times I've done it, I don't have any pictures of it, or I don't have the paintings anymore either, because, well, I gave them away. But I wasn't quite happy with how those turned out. So this was kind of like a redemption for me, and I absolutely love how this turned out. So, as you can see, I'm adding the shadowing on the shirt. Sorry about the lighting as well, because for some reason I've recorded this with natural light. The natural light wasn't hitting right. I also have a lamp. The lamp wasn't hitting right, and I tried using the flash on my camera, and that's not working right. So it's probably because of the colors, because this painting is like, it's a, what's the word, complementary painting. It's like orange and blue. The original picture that I used as a reference to this piece was orange, so I wanted to play off of that with the complementary blue. And I also played around with that because, like I always do, I digitally sketch out how I want a painting to look. So I thought it would be cool to add the blue in for like the shadowing, and the shadowing on the shirt and the background and stuff, to kind of just to change it up a little bit, especially too because you see the eyes were like a grayish color in the original picture, and I thought that the blue would be a nice way to pull the eyes out, because the eyes are like hiding behind the flowers, right? So that is how I came up with all of this. But in the midst of making that digital sketch, I felt like something was missing. But looking through it on my laptop, I use this blue filter thingy, so you can look at the screen without hurting your eyes from all the blue and the screen lighting, and it oranges out everything on my screen. So it kind of made the painting pop a little bit, because I thought I was done, and I looked at it on my phone and it didn't have that orange. So I went back in and I oranged everything out, and I immediately fell in love with the sketch, and I was like, I have to paint this now. And so I did. And if you've already been keeping up with me, if you've already been watching everything, then you would see that I haven't really painted anything in a very long time. And that's mainly because I didn't really feel any inspiration to paint. Like, I was getting really tired of how I would normally paint. Like how I said, I normally would paint what I see, but I felt like I wanted to get a little bit more creative with my stuff, which is why I started sketchbooking a lot more. Side note, so update on the sketchbooks. I know in like the last video or so, I literally said I had like 7 sketchbooks. I started 7 sketchbooks. I ripped the pages out of those sketchbooks and I just taped them into one. So now we're only working on one sketchbook, and honestly I'm quite sad because that sketchbook is almost done already, and literally I had just had half that sketchbook was unfinished, and now I only have a few pages left. So the sketchbook's almost finished, so I might do a sketchbook tour pretty soon. I don't know when, probably before the New Year's. So why do I say so a lot? I say so a lot. Like, I'm sorry about that, if that annoys you. Anyways, back on track. I've just been sketchbooking a lot recently instead of painting, and I saw this picture and I was like, I have to paint this, you know. I just had to paint it. And that's another thing too. If you're lacking any inspiration when it comes to painting and stuff, probably try sketchbooking, because sketchbooking, you can hone your skills a little bit, you know, improve on your skills a little bit, and also to explore with creating, you know. So not only just painting what you see, but like able to sketch what you see, but then slowly turn it into something a little bit more like imaginative, if that's the route you want to go. And that's what I've been doing recently. Like, if you've been keeping up watching the shorts and everything, I've just been sketching people, and I'm honestly surprised at how well that I have gotten with that, especially too that I started using Copic markers again to color my sketches. I've never been good with Copic markers ever. So seeing myself give it another shot after all this time, I surprised myself. I say that a lot, and it's because, like, you know, I feel like all artists know, you know, you have this weird thing with you know, perfectionism. Everything has to be perfect, exactly how you imagine it, and then you get upset when it doesn't turn out that way. And yeah, I just surprised myself a lot with doing that. And you know, the more I keep practicing, the better that I am getting. But also, a few of my sketches recently have become a lot less of what like, they're slowly becoming a lot less of what I see, but more of what I want it to look like. So like comical in a way, you know, like maybe I sketch a person and the person ends up having a bigger head, bigger than the rest of their body and stuff. And I'm slowly beginning to be able to like just play around with the composition of how the body is made and all of that. So if you lack creativity and you want to be more creative with your stuff, you're not really rocking with what you've been able to make already, then you should probably get a sketchbook. Sketchbooks are really, really helpful, especially if you have old sketchbooks too. Another way to become creative is like maybe recreate what you've already painted before, you know, or recreate what you already sketched before, so you can see how you improved in that as well. And that's an update on why I've been sketchbooking a lot lately. You know, it's a nice change of pace away from just constantly painting and painting and painting. So I do recommend doing that. And that's another reason why I really wanted to paint this painting, is because I haven't painted it in so long. And, you know, I like to think that I'm a true painter at heart. So I just had to paint this. And once again, I'm absolutely in love with how this turned out. It does look a lot different from what I originally sketched up on digitally. But honestly, this big reveal though, look. Wow. And this is also why you always gotta trust the process, okay? Trust the process. Like I said, I'm absolutely in love with this. And that is all that I have for you today, babes. So, if you absolutely love what you just saw, you already know how to help a girl out. Leave a like. If you really love this, subscribe, you know, hit that bell so you know when the next time I upload. And I'll see you when I see you.